Previously on Let's Play Steins Gate Zero.
How long are you going to let him hang on to it? It's a valuable source of information. I'd hate to tip him off and have him destroy it. Rintaro? Oh no. Oh no. Is Dr. Leskinen the bad guy after all? A bad guy or something? Oh no, that's an evil face.
And now, back to everyone being sad.
Hello, everybody. Pokey here with another episode of Steins Gate Zero. And when we last left off, well, I'll be honest. I'm a little bit sad because Dr. Leskinen is apparently evil. We had a bit of an adventure with Mayuri, and yeah, let's get right back into this. In the end, I waited a whole 15 minutes at the register. As an apology, I decided to get the present I promised her. Hehehe. She seemed really happy as she stared at the keychain. Oh, it was Upa, the mascot character from the Ryonet Kakeru series. I told her when she went over to the toy section she could pick out anything she wanted. That was a voice crack. And this was what she chose. You seem pretty happy about that, given how many Upas you already have. And that's a regular green Upa, right? Not the rare one. The rare one. Wait, what? Okay, I think that might have been a typo or something. Because Rintaro said... Oh, for Pete's sake. Excuse me. Rintaro said both of those lines. Yeah. The rare one, do you mean the metal Upa? I'm not sure if this is supposed to be in my area. The most popular and rarest of the Upas was the shiny silver metal Upa. For example, whenever there was a lottery for rare Ryonet Kakeru stuff at the convenience stores, the top prize was always a metal Upa. Mayuri had told me once that they sold for tens of thousands of yen at auction. Tisk, tisk, tisk. For some reason, Mayuri was wagging her finger at me. Nope. This is a green Upa, but it's not a regular one. This is the green fairy Upa that was in the movie they just released. Come to think of it, there had been a Ryonet Kakeru movie out in spring. Had Mayuri sat in a theater full of little kids to watch it? The green fairy? Is it okay if I spoil the movie? Go ahead, I'm not going to go see it. So this movie, it's about a fight with an evil super hacker in the virtual world. The virtual world is a forest where the fairies live. Mr. Super Hacker is really strong and Kakeru and Upa are in big trouble, but... just when they're about to lose, the fairies come to save them. And it turns out that the fairies are actually the flowers in the school garden that he'd always taken care of. They come all the way to the virtual world to save Kakeru, and then there was the big shiny light, and then they combined with Upa. And that's Green Fairy Upa. He's really cute and really strong. Mayushi thought it was so great. I love stories like that. The director's a genius. I see. It was rare for Mayuri to get this excited about something. I took a closer look, saw that the design was a little different from the standard Upa. I didn't know a lot about Upas, so I couldn't say exactly what was different. I've actually been spending a lot of time looking for this keychain. It's really popular, so it's sold out everywhere. I never would have thought Hands would have one. We're pretty lucky, huh? Yup, and it was the last one. I'm glad I came today. I need to thank you and your dad. Mayuri took the tag off the keychain and got her house key out of her bag and carefully attached it. Hey, Ocarine, Mayushi will treasure this forever and ever and ever. Yeah, please do. Make sure you don't lose it 5 minutes after you get it. It happened before, after all. Oh man. I remember that. Like the metal Oopa I'd won for her at the radio building. Mayuri had lost it no more than 5 minutes after I gave it to her. I'd wondered if she had ever found it. I didn't really want to remember that time in my life, so my memory of what happened to the metal Oopa was vague. What? You don't remember?
Yep, I'm never gonna lose it again.
The two of us started to head back.
I'm gonna work hard and make the ads for your shop, okay?
Oh, yeah, you've still got to do that. I'd been thinking the job was done once we bought the materials. Whoops, wrong button. The real work actually began now. Should I help too?
No, I'm fine. Believe in my Yushki.
I'm a little worried after you tried to buy heart-shaped cardstock.
It's fine.
Well, it's nice of you to make them at all, so I won't complain.
Oh, I need to call Mom. I'll tell her that I'll be home for dinner.
Why not eat at my place? I'm sure either Mom or Dad will try to get you to stay anyway.
I don't know. Are you going to stay at home the rest of today? You won't go to any singles parties?
I haven't been to any lately. Last fall, when I'd been trying to become a normal college kid, I'd forced myself to go to as many as possible. But lately, I'd been so busy with my studies that I hadn't had a chance.
I see. Then maybe I will.
Mayuri took out her phone and started to type something when... her expression suddenly darkened. She stopped moving. What's wrong?
I just got a message from Kaede. I didn't notice it. What should I do, Ocarine?
Mayuri seemed like she was on the verge of tears. Did something happen?
Hey, Ocarine. You told me before that Fubuki's not sick, right?
Oh no. Fubuki? You mean Nakase? Not Kurushima, right?
Yeah, is that true? She's really not sick?
Yeah, I don't think so.
But...
Mayuri showed me her phone. Fubuki's back in the hospital. I'm on my way. Here's the location. Oh, I was reading from the phone, but it's down there too.
Huh. She's back in the hospital?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing on the screen. Fubuki was at a different location than before. This time it was the AH Tokyo General Hospital High-Tech Medical Center in Yoyogi. It was supposedly one of Japan's most advanced hospitals. According to what I read on the internet, patients with the new encephalitis that everyone was talking about were being gathered here for special treatment. But I'd also read lots of really bad urban legends about the place, and I was a bit worried about what kind of horror show I'd find there. Maybe I should check out the tips. Let's see. Oh, it's only 2. Oh well. Raina Kakaru. Fictional, a very popular manga about the internet that appears in Roko Roko Comics. It also has an anime presently in its 3rd season that runs every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. on East TV stations. While the general atmosphere and character design of the show may make it look like it's for children, its unusually realistic themes make it a show that adults can enjoy as well. Urban legends. Rumors whose source is unknown or unclear, usually dating from the 20th century or later. It can be divided into ghost stories, occult stories, and folklore, but lately the boundaries between these 3 categories have become vague. Urban legends range from short, silly stories to the terrifying and nightmarish, and all of them are told as if they really happened. Examples of urban legends include the Japanese story of Hanako-san, the stories about the Shadow People, or the story of the Men in Black. It's sort of a running theme. But of course, when we arrived, it was nothing like that. It was very clean and decorated like a luxury hotel.
Mayuri, Green. This way.
Oh, whoa. Kaede and Yuki waved to us as we entered the lobby. Yuki had gotten a message from Kaede as well, and had evidently come right over.
Where's Fubuki? She's fine.
Yuki gave Mayuri a soft hug and a smile. Kaede bowed her head apologetically.
Sorry to scare you. I was kind of in a hurry myself. I should have checked more carefully before I messaged you.
What do you mean? How's Nakase doing?
I just met her mom in the hospital room, and it doesn't look like her illness has gotten any worse.
Then they just brought her here for more examinations or something?
Yes, that's what they said, so there's nothing to worry about. Oh, I'm so glad.
Mayuri looked extremely relieved as Yuki continued to hug her. If I remember right, the last time they examined her, they said it was possible she had the disease, but as long as it didn't get worse, it wouldn't affect her daily life. They just told her to come back for regular checkups. The new encephalitis had arrived in Japan over 6 months ago, but the number of patients were still increasing. Fortunately, there hadn't been a single casualty yet. I'm pretty sure that's no illness, though. I was certain that what they were calling encephalitis was actually something similar to Reading Steiner. Or maybe it is Reading Steiner, you know? I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that it is Reading Steiner, but maybe Reading Steiner is in its own way sort of a disease, but it's not really the hurtful kind. It's just kind of distressing when people are time traveling everywhere. Which sort of reminds me, I bet. Because we know Fubuki had those flashes of when Mayuri died, so she was witnessing when Rintaro kept flashing back and forth between timelines. Does that mean all of the other people who supposedly have encephalitis were also seeing things change back then? And if so, I wonder why it took so long for them to, recognize that. I don't know. One time, when I went to visit Fubuki in the hospital, I had secretly investigated the other patients. I wasn't able to get any proof, but I found out most of the patients in her wing had, to varying degrees, memories of the same world line. Many people had memories of Japan at war.
Can we see Fubuki? They say they're doing an MRI to look at her brain right now, so she's not in her room. I see. But it'll be done soon. Fubuki's mom told us to wait here.
Kaede motioned to Mayuri, indicating she should sit down at a nearby sofa.
Once the exam is done, she's going to come get us.
I let the girl sit down on the sofa and stood next to them while I surveyed the lobby.
This is an amazing hospital, isn't it?
Yeah. Is Nakase's family really rich or something? She's staying in a place like this.
No, that's not it. Fubuki's mom says that the Japanese and American governments are paying for a new treatment project. It's going to be centered around this lab, and a dedicated hospital in America, supposedly.
I see. I wasn't sure how I felt about that. If I was right about what this disease really was, it was hard to imagine a bigger waste of money. Please, give all the patients private rooms and try to keep the rooms as far apart from one another as possible to ensure the patients don't come into contact. But there aren't that many open rooms! You need to do it anyway. The patients talk to each other, they'll start to share the dreams, right? Sure, that's true, but once a person hears about someone else's dream, their brain can trick them into thinking they had that dream as well. Okay, so right now they're testing. Oh, hey, it's Dr. Luskin. Was he the man? Wow. So, I guess, I'll just putting that aside that he's here. The reason they're trying to separate them is to make sure that they really are having the exact same dreams. Across the lobby, I saw an old Japanese doctor in a white coat and a big man in a suit who was frantically trying to talk to him. Oh! I'd seen the man in the suit before. Actually, it was a man I knew well. Professor Leskinen. I hurried over. Dr. Leskinen, it's me, Okabe. He must have been wearing his translator because he was communicating with the old doctor in Japanese. Dr. Leskinen's face quickly broke into a smile when he saw me, and the silly music's playing, even though we know that he's kind of evil, probably. Oh, Lintalo! I'd say Lintalo, it's probably Lintaro. Lintalo. Blah. His voice was so loud that everyone in the lobby, doctors, nurses, staff, and even the patients turned to look at me. But Dr. Leskinen didn't seem to notice them as he ran over. He was like a giant American football player racing for a touchdown. Oh, wow! Wait, Professor, stop! My cries went unheard as Dr. Leskinen tackled me and then pulled me up. Then he switched from football player to pro wrestler and he swung me up and down. I felt like I was a little child. There was nothing I could do to resist him as he flung me around. A moment later, he noticed the cold stares of the people around us and finally released me. Oh my, I'm sorry, I was so surprised, I got a little too excited. Dr. Leskinen bowed to the people around him in apology. Dr. Leskinen, who is this young man? The doctor that Professor Leskinen had been talking to was staring at me suspiciously. Oh, well, I wasn't sure exactly what to tell him. It wasn't like he was really my professor. You seem to be a student. Which school are you with? If you're studying brain science like a professor. No, He'll be a student at Victor Condré this September. I'm planning on having him come to my lab. Oh! Huh? I see, Victor Condré University, eh? That's a surprise. I looked over at Dr. Leskinen questioningly, but he just gave me a mischievous smile. This guy, he really was such a kid. It's very rare for a Japanese student to be able to go there. I'm impressed. Thanks! Ha 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 ha. After the doctor left, I sighed loudly enough for the Professor Leskinen to hear me. So, who was that guy? The director of this hospital. The director? You just told a lie to someone that important? Oh, did I lie? I said you'd be a student starting in September, but I didn't mean this September. Or what, do you think you don't have what it takes to make it to my school in the end? That's a little unfortunate, but it really was like a little kid, completely shameless. But still, it was hard to hate him. I'm surprised though, I had no idea you were in Japan. It'd been 5 months since I've seen him off at Narita. Maho's here too! Really? She didn't say a word about it. I talked to her often via email and video chat, mostly about Amadeus' testing, but she hadn't said a word about coming to Japan. I hadn't heard anything about it from Kurisu either. We're back in the same office at Wako City. Come by anytime you like and bring Kurisu. It's a little weird. It's a little weird that he's not acting suspicious at all. Maybe he actually is just a good guy, but that's really... No way, because last time he said, like, I wouldn't want to tip him off and have him destroy Amadeus or whatever. So, yeah, I have no idea what's going on whatsoever. I told them to find us a different place after we got robbed last time, but... Doug Leskinen looked up toward the ceiling and shrugged. Did feel like that place had security issues. Are you not feeling well, Lintalo? Did you come here for a treatment? Oh, no, I'm here to visit a friend. Oh, I see. That's good. Well, it's not good for your friend. I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. So, well, what are you doing in a Japanese hospital? Dr. Luskin brought his face close to mine, whispered so that the people around us couldn't hear him. You've heard about the new encephalitis case, right? The American government asked our psychophysiology lab to look into it, but they've hit a roadblock. The university ordered me to help with the investigation. I see. So you're helping with the new encephalitis cases. Now there was a word I didn't expect to hear. I explained that my friend was here because they thought she might have the disease. Is your friend named Katsumi Nakase, perhaps? Oh yeah, you met her at the Christmas party, didn't you? That's right, my interest in this new disease started with that party, you see. Both you and Katsumi collapsed, right? He was right, actually. In my case, I'd been sent to that other world line. I met up with her again several days ago. She demanded to know why she was being sent back to the hospital when she was just fine. I see. Would you tell her it would make me happy if she was a bit more cooperative? Huh. I actually feel really bad for both her and all the other patients. We in the Japanese team are doing what we can, but we just don't understand the results we're getting. Dr. Luskinen's usually chipper expression darkened. The man was such a ball of vitality that I didn't notice until then, but when his smile disappeared, I could see the wrinkles that had formed on his face from exhaustion. He must have been working hard, like he said. To be honest, none of the doctors thought we'd have this much trouble explaining it at the start. What's wrong, Leantala? Well... Is there something wrong? No. I'm not a medical student, so this is all outside my expertise. I was just about to tell him about my reading Steiner, but in the end, I couldn't. If my uninformed opinion was wrong, it could cost the encephalitis patients their lives. I couldn't just tell him when I didn't have any proof. And then his face drew close to mine again. By the way, Katsumi was saying something very interesting. She said something about not being sick and about how she was actually experiencing another world in her dreams. I told her not to say anything about it. Could she not help it? This was bad. They might start to doubt her sanity. Well, Nakase's got a very vivid imagination, maybe. She loves sci-fi and anime. She probably just said she has the power to experience parallel worlds because she saw it on some show somewhere. I remember that I used to say stuff like that. Yeah. Tried my best to come up with excuses, but Dr. Leskinen still seemed concerned. But still, I was really surprised when I started participating in the treatment project. One of the strange things about this illness is that many patients share the same dreams. I'm assuming it's similar to a mass hallucination. But what do you think? I've never seen this before. From a brain science perspective, I just don't have an answer right now. To be honest, unscientific is the word that seems to best fit. Like parallel worlds or memories from a past life, you know? I see. It would help if you talked to Katsumi, too. There are some things you can't say to a doctor, but that you'll tell your friends. Sure, I'll ask her, I guess. So, Leantala, that aside, I have a question for you. Dr. Leskinen was looking over my shoulder. I got a sense of this at the Christmas party, but your girlfriends really are cute, aren't they? Oh boy. Huh? I turned around and saw that Mayuri, Kaede, and Yuki had all stood up from the sofa and were looking at me. When they saw Dr. Leskinen was looking at them, they waved. So are any of those girls involved with you right now? Yuki, Kaede, Mayuri, Luka, or maybe Katsumi? Luka, I don't know. What? His words were so surprising I couldn't think of anything to say. Maho would often call this middle-aged man a mischievous boy, and that was exactly the look he had on his face. No, I won't force you to tell me. I don't want to pry into your private life. But, well, I'd hope to have something to tell my favorite student. Dr. Liskanen turned to walk away before I could figure out what he meant. Alright, Lean Tala, I've got to talk to the director a little more, so I'll be going. I'd love to go around to all those girls and give them a hug too, but I'll save that for next time. Tell them I said hello. Oh, sure. Mayuri and the others came over to me as I watched him go.
Was that Dr. Liskanen? Yeah, I knew I'd seen him somewhere before. I thought he'd gone back to America.
Ha! Ha ha!
Ocarine?
There was no way I could tell the girls what Dr. Liskanen and I were just talking about. Alright, guys. I think that this has been long enough of an episode. So I'm going to leave it off here. This was a lot of fun, as per usual. And as per usual, the only complaint I have is that the fade through white flashback and flash forward thing is kind of annoying. But the story is really awesome, as usual. It's really funny, as usual. And that's really all there is to say on the matter. So, I've been Pokey, this has been Steins Gate Zero, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!